welcome back to this week's edition of What's New at Don's Basement. We're still on the road. We're still at Don's. Charlie's is still busy and booked, and they kicked me out, so I'm now bunking with Don. So, Don, thanks for having me again, man. Here we are.
Do I have a choice?
No, not really. Okay. No.
All right.
I did bring the bourbon, though. So.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. That's usually how anyone can get in here.
Anyone gets into Don's Basement is if you bring bourbon. There you go. So, folks, you know the secret to get in here. Anyway, today we're going to open up a bottle of Old Ezra 7-year foolproof rye. So Don read about this and came to me and says, have you seen this? And I said, no. It turns out it showed up and my manager put it away, and I had to go find it. So here we are. We're going to crack it open.
So the bottom line is you should have saw this video a lot earlier, but...
Yeah, this may have been out for a while. Let's put it that way. Right. So, yeah. But neither of us have tried it yet. So
the good news is Old Ezra No. 7 Bourbon is a go-to favorite of mine.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And it wasn't too many years ago that it was Whiskey of the Year.
Yeah.
It was really strong.
Yep.
So this, being really strong, is 114 proof.
Yeah.
And it's a combination of two mash bills which are very unique. One is 95% rye, which is a high rye mash bill, true rye whiskey, and then it's a blend of another one that's only 51% rye, so just over the legal limit.
So that probably
to be a rye
means
whiskey.
There's a little bit of corn in there to sweeten it up for us, right?
That's what it typically means.
I would guess, yeah.
But I've been on kind of a rye kick lately, trying a lot of different ones, and I'm anxious to try this one. And I want to clarify, this is a great time to clarify some information, is, Old Ezra is under the Ezra Brooks brand. And I just read an article online that some guy created that talked about Ezra Brooks, the man, and how he created his whiskey. And it's all BS. It's absolutely made up.
Wait, you read it on the internet and it's not true?
I have this thing. I'm going to start putting out videos that are bourbon with no BS because I try to tell the accurate story. People make mistakes.
Yes.
But
we've made a few.
To just make up BS and put it out there, it just drives me crazy. So there was no Ezra Brooks. In fact, the name came from a gentleman by the name of Ezra Rippey. He was one of the managers at the Hoffman Distillery. They didn't want to call the bottle Ezra Rippey, so they called it Ezra Brooks.
Does have a better ring to it, doesn't it?
It's a manufactured name.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And, the other great thing about Ezra Brooks whiskey is that in 1960 they came out with a square black bottle with a number 7 on it, and Jack Daniels sued them for copyright infringement and lost because the judge decided that, Ezra Brooks and Jack Daniels were dissimilar enough that people would be able to tell the difference in the store.
Wow.
So very just unique pieces of history, how it all ties together. And if you want one more tie, Ezra Rippey, his brothers went on to create the Rippey Distillery, which is what we know today as Wild Turkey.
Wow, yeah. And there was one more thing you forgot. You told me about.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, the old Rippey.
The Hoffman Distillery went out of business in around the 70s. And then when Julian Van Winkle decided that he needed a place to bottle, when he broke away from Stitzel-Weller, he had bought Stitzel-Weller stocks, whiskey stocks. He needed a place to bottle. He rejuvenated the old Hoffman Distillery, and they made the earliest bottles of old Rip Van Winkle and what we know today as that brand.
Wow, man.
All interconnects.
That's a lot of facts just to this one bottle we found in the attic.
And there's hundreds of people out there going, right, just taste the whiskey.
Just open the damn whiskey,
Just taste
Don.
the whiskey.
All right, so I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Let's open it up. No, I think that's fascinating. I've always said that the coolest thing about bourbon is the history. If you don't drink it, and I don't understand why you wouldn't, but if you don't drink it, man, just the history alone is fascinating. Don and I just came back from Kentucky, and I don't go down there, I don't learn something. So, but there you are. Some high proof rye, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. Lots of rye.
That is a rye whiskey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Herbal, grassy, 114 proof. It's right there.
Yeah. Doesn't burn as much as you would think, though.
No,
the rye spice gets you more than the heat from the
right.
And there's that underlying, for me, there's an underlying tone of the caramels, which would be probably the corn. It kind of just is just laying back there. Yeah.
Wow. There's some fruit notes coming through. Good color. And boy, I will tell you that that one is right up there with the ryes that I have sampled.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So what brought your attention was you had read an article what a great rye this is, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I did, and I go,
how come Charlie hasn't showed us?
Old Ezra has a rye? I mean, I didn't even realize it at the time. But that is really, really good. I think it's going to be a little bit on the pricey side. I think it's around $79, something like that. But quite frankly, this is a really good rye, and if you like high proof rye, this is a really good one to try. Oh,
absolutely. That is fantastic, dude. Yeah, I love that. So, yeah, that's from our friends at Lux Row, right? Yeah.
Lux Row.
We stopped there in Kentucky. Yeah.
We did. And, it was a whirlwind trip, but Lux Row is always one of the great places to visit.
Absolutely.
And, they have a really good portfolio of whiskey now. They really do. And, the Blood Oath and Old Ezra and Davies County, and they have Nicholson, and I'm probably missing Rebels.
The Rebel line.
They have the Rebels, and so this is another really good whiskey, and I'm impressed.
I'm very impressed. I'm glad you made me look it up and find it. Yeah, that's great.
And I know that I'm the bourbon fool, but I like rye whiskeys once in a while, and this is a good change of pace.
The rye fool. We'll call you that from now on. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you for watching.